My people, my people, my people. This is what we're doing today. Over the last few days, we've been discussing the tactics used against us, the methods used against us, from propaganda to the problem reaction solution to group think. We've been discussing all these things, breaking them down, so now that we see them, we can start recognizing. It's like I got a barbershop, and I tell somebody where it's at, and they be like, damn. Cause they drive down this main street all the time. So sometimes it could be something that you drive past every day, but when somebody bring it to your attention, you see it. So every day now you see it. You can't even avoid seeing it. Your mind won't let you not see it. So we got a proper perspective on the tactics and methods that they use against us. So now we gotta take that filter and start re-looking at things. Looking at things and overstanding the methods that's being used against us. When I say it's being used in all media, we broke down all media is controlled by 90% of all media is controlled by 6 corporations, 6 people. You know what I'm saying? So it's an agenda, man, and they using this media to do things and shift and shape how we see shit so we move the way they want us to move. You know what I'm saying? So we already got it locked in. And I got to bring this to y'all. And this is something else we got to start doing, man. Everybody has heard this. If you want to hide something from a black man, put it in the book. It was times when we was not allowed to read nothing but the Bible. We get caught reading something, man, it might have meant death. And we all know this shit. We all know it. And it amazes me that we don't act on it, today, that we still living like we lived as slaves. In slavery, we was able to do everything we do now on the plantation. Plantation's big, it's large. They done incorporated this motherfucker. But we was never able to read. And it's like now, even our diets. Like when we was slaves, man, we had terrible diets, but now we free and we still got terrible diets. We free enough to eat to live now. You know what I'm saying? We free enough to go get books and read books and learn. I'm going to start introducing some books. I'm going to introduce some books before I get up out of here today. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I don't know if motherfuckers too old for a book club, but they need it. Because they told us, if you want to hide something from a black man, put it in the book. Go in everybody's house. Most houses got more televisions than books. In every room now, in every room is a television. Everybody is getting programmed by this media giant, by this media machine. And that's the matrix. We're not breaking free. We're not reading nothing to get our mind going and thinking freely. Critical thinking. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna throw some books at y'all before we get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna throw a little movie at y'all, man. Have y'all ever heard of this movie? It's by James. It was a book, but they made it into a movie. It's a black and white movie, man. Y'all need to hip yourself to this type of shit, man. Use this media to get right. So it's a book, 1984. It was written by James Orwell. That was his writer name. I think he had a different name, but that was his surname they used to write under. But he had a book titled 1984. This book was written in 1948. You hear me? The book is titled 1984, and it was written in 1948. What James Orwell was doing was telling you where they was trying to take this shit, and if it went with no bumps, no resistance, where it would be in 1984. Y'all got to go watch this on YouTube, man. Black and white. If you got to pay $2.99, it's worth it, man. You know what I'm saying? Go watch this shit. I'm finna bring something. This comes straight out of the book, 1984. Every record has been destroyed or falsified. Every book rewritten. Every picture has been repainted. Every statue and street building has been renamed. Every date has been altered. And the process is continuing day by day and minute by minute. History has stopped. Nothing exists except an endless presence. Endless present in which the party is always in control. He was talking about Big Brother. Man, y'all gotta go watch this shit, man. Y'all gotta go watch it. Like, man, watch this. I gotta give y'all something from the movie. I'm gonna give y'all a verbal visual trailer. Everybody had to dress the same. Okay? You only had certain places you could go in the city based off where you work. And whenever you came home, you know what we recognize as a big screen TV in our house, man, that was Big Brother. And when you came home, Big Brother, you had to check in. Everybody had numbers. You had to check in to the TV. Big Brother come on there and ask you, like, man, what the fuck was you doing in District 6? You had to have an explanation. You know what I'm saying? The shit crazy. And it was like written in 1948 about how they wanted to have it in 1984. Now, they behind schedule like a motherfucker, but man, they is not playing. Go watch this shit. Now, check it. We gonna take this new filter we got, understanding these weapons that they use against us. And we're going to go over a couple of news stories. Okay? We're going to go over a couple of news stories that's in the news. Y'all probably ain't seen. You know what I'm saying? But that's okay. That's what I'm here for. Now check this shit out. I'm going to have to read this to y'all. Should have had on my glasses. This a article. And the article is titled, "What is the Trusted News Incentive?" The Trusted News Incentive is something that was put together. Let me tell you what it is. The BBC, Rutgers, and Wall Street Journal, New York Times, Washington Post, Facebook, Google, YouTube, Twitter, and Microsoft announced on December 10th, 2020, that they would form a monopoly on information to control the conversation around COVID-19 and the mRNA vaccinations. Now check it. Did you hear that? It's saying that all these companies got together. BBC, Rutgers, Wall Street Journal, New York Times, Washington Post, Facebook, Google, and YouTube, Twitter, and Microsoft got together to form a monopoly. Okay? And it was a monopoly on information. Remember, I told you we in the information war because information control perspective. All right? So they said they was going to control a monopoly on information. And what they say it was going to be? To control the conversation around this shit we're going through. All right? Now, these were what they were talking about. Number one, suppression of the Wuhan lab origin of SARS-CoV-2. You understand what suppression is, right? Number two, suppression, safe and effective early treatments. Remember we was talking about the Joe Rogan thing, how he was saying ivermectin cured him, and then CNN was saying that ivermectin was a horse dewormer. Remember when Trump said something about HDQ? He was cured with using HDQ, and then the same CNN doctor got on there and said that we did trials, it's ineffective. And you know, and all the mainstream media just rolled with it. I showed you how all the mainstream media repeat the same shit. Come on, put this shit together. Suppression. Number three, suppression of the voices of dissenting scientists, doctors, and nurses. They say the suppression, you know what that is. They was going to suppress the voices of dissenting scientists, doctors, and nurses. That's basically saying if it's a scientist, doctor, nurse that's not saying what we saying, we going to suppress what they saying. Remember I told you about group thinking has control? Number four, suppression of the record number of serious post-vaccine side effects and deaths. Man, I'm just reading the article, man. They gonna suppress the record number of serious post-vaccine side effects and deaths. Listen, they didn't say they was gonna suppress the number. They said they was gonna suppress the record number. Now, come on, do we know what that means? We're a record track. You know what I'm saying? So, come on, man, this shit crazy. Number 5, suppression of natural immunity stronger than vaccinated immunity. That's why I ain't had no problems. I ain't taking no vaccination. I ain't with no mask. I'm just out here, man. I'm living, man. My life ain't changed a bit. You know what I'm saying? The only way my life changed is how these suckers making my life change. I gotta put on the mask when I go to the Chinese beauty supply. Yeah. I put it on. When I get out, I be taking it off. Okay, 6. Number 6, suppression of worrying evidence of pathologic priming, ADE. I have no idea what that is. You know what I'm saying? I should have looked it up, but y'all can do that. We gotta do this shit together, man. Teamwork, make this shit come for real. Let me see. Number 7, suppression of the central role of age and comorbidities in serious COVID diseases. That's basically saying that only people affected is old people. Okay. All right, now watch this. This has led to the censorship of Nobel Prize winning scientists, professors from Harvard, Stanford, Oxford, and medical doctors all around the world. This is why 50,000 scientists and medical professors can sign a document to replace lockdowns with forced protection of the elderly. But we only get to hear the voice of Dr. Anthony Fauci, Big Pharma's biggest salesman. This is why 12,000 doctors and scientists have signed the Rome Declaration accusing policymakers of crimes against humanity. We know why that ain't on the news and why we ain't hearing about that. Because the people that we look to tell us are the same people in cahoots. So you gotta this is how they do us, man. You remember when I showed you the heads of these 6 companies and all the shit they own? See, they hide under little shit like this. They won't say him and the big company. They'll say one of the little companies. But they got Facebook, Google, YouTube. Shit, I got kicked off Facebook. Microsoft, Rutgers, Wall Street Journal, New York Times, Washington Post. So they hit every area. They hit every avenue that people go to for information. Like me and you ain't gonna go to the Wall Street. But the people that go to Wall Street, they ain't finna come on here. They might not finna go on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? But they hit you. Everyone. So now just peep this. We just read this article where all these people are gonna be in cahoots to create a monopoly on information. That's why this is so important. Because most of us don't got time to go do this. Like, damn, no, most of us ain't got time. I got time, man. You know what I'm saying? And I do it because we need this shit. So we just gonna stroll through some shit. Okay, watch this. They pushing for the jab, right? Let me read this shit to you. It's a tweet. And you see, you got the blue check mark. Let me see how I can show y'all. Oh, wait. I fucked up. Here you go. Okay, show y'all. I don't know, man. You got the blue check mark. Can't show y'all. I'll get better. I told y'all. I'll get better. Give me a little while. I'm gonna be like tooling the screen and popping shit up. Let me read it to y'all though. It's Twitter on General Colin Powell's check mark. General Colin Powell, General Colin L. Powell, former U.S. Secretary of State and Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, passed away this morning due to complications from COVID-19. He was fully vaccinated. We want to thank the medical staff at Walter Reed National Medical Center for their caring treatment. We have lost a remarkable and loving husband, father, grandfather, and a great American, the Powell family. Now, man, I don't know why y'all can't see this shit. I think I had. Okay, I can't see this tweet. There you go. There go the tweet. But I need y'all to know that this, at the bottom of this tweet, you got like a Facebook stamp on it. And Facebook is telling y'all, visit the COVID-19 Information Center for Vaccine Resources. So anything that you tweet or put out and say any of this shit, they're going to put one of these because that's where you got to click on to get the propaganda. Now, we just read this. This is family put this out. Man, my man just died of COVID-19. He was fully vaccinated. Then we already seen through the Joe Rogan shit that it's therapeutics for this shit. And these companies, the media, is got a monopoly on holding this information back. Why? Because guess what? We got to understand how this shit works. The only reason they was able to get that emergency use shit, because there wasn't no treatment. See, if there's a treatment, you can't get no emergency use. Okay? I got another one I'm looking for too, but I gotta show you one first so you can put the shit in proper perspective. Okay. Here you go. New York Times. The FDA to allow mixed match approach to COVID booster shots. Do you understand what that means? Let me break this shit down what it means. That means, just say you took a Moderna vaccine and they tell you gotta go back and get a booster. You can go take a Pfizer booster. Don't we all know about mixing bloods and shit? Don't we know about that? I don't know. And then I was looking for it. I got so much shit in here. I gotta get a lot more organized. But I was reading earlier that the Pfizer, and I know why they did that. The Pfizer booster was rejected. So boom, they hit you with you can take mixed match boosters, and then they tell you later that the Pfizer booster was rejected. Man, listen, medicine is a practice. I just don't want to be the guinea pig. Let me give you another article. Manipulated statistics, ? Senators open investigation into the CDC and FDA methods of data capturing. All right. Now watch this. This messed me up too. If you a federal worker and you took the vaccine, if you was a federal worker and you took the jab, you might be straight. Because in that new bill that they passed, see, I told you about how they be having them bills 2,400 pages and it might be one page. And in that new bill, Biden has it set up to compensate government workers who are injured as a result of the vaccine mandate. Okay? Now the question posed was, who will compensate those that don't work for the government but are injured as a result of the jab mandate? I'm saying, like, you know why we don't be on these articles, man? I'm gonna tell you something else too. I just wanted to bring up some of these articles that's going on, man. Like, now watch this. Just watch this. You know how they selling us what is it? Global warming. Like everything is getting hot. Beijing records lowest mid-October temperature in half a century amid stretch energy situation in China. Yeah, man, just a lot of shit to go on, and that shit just fly over our head. We don't pay attention to shit. North Korea. This is North Korea test fires submarine launch ballistic missiles into waters off Japan. Remember when Obama told Trump that North Korea is gonna be his biggest problem? Trump killed that shit, walked over the DMZ line. It sounds like it's kicking back off. Shit like it's kicking back off, man. Oh, perspective on this, man. You know how my man Trump was always like in a war of human trafficking and telling us, man, it's real, it's real. Listen to this. Hey, y'all go check out this shit and just read it. Biden administration secretly flying underage migrants into New York. I read the article, and it was just saying how they was flying all these kids, and they was accompanied by a few people that appeared to be in their early 20s, early to late 20s. Who these kids? Like flying, and y'all doing it. They was in the article was saying it was doing like 2 in the morning, midnight runs. Biden, man, it's a lot of these articles. Y'all just go check it out, type it in. Midnight runs. Biden secretly flying underage migrants. Biden secretly flying underage migrants. You know what I'm saying? She just keep going on and on. Yeah, it's a lot of shit. It's a lot of shit going on and on. And the reason that we ain't up on none of this is because of a weapon that they use on us called distraction. These is old ass methods and tactics. Where you think the Colosseums and all that shit come from back in Roman times? You know, Caesar said, if you feed the people and entertain the people, they will care not what we do. Man, that shit, man, that's what Caesar said. That shit still is in effect today, right now. You keep people fed and give them some entertainment. These little stories I find is just because I look. Because I want to know what the fuck going on. I want to take all the information, use my filter, use my critical thinking, put it together in my own mind so I can gain a proper perspective. But see, it was a time, man, where like the thinkers is who we looked up to, because the thinkers could think a way up out of this motherfucker. It takes a thinker to progress and achieve something, to accomplish something. It takes thinkers. I was once guilty of this, but they done turned us into fans of men. We care more about how high motherfucker jump than his character. Man. The Great Distraction, there's always a season. There's always a television show. There's fucking so many fucking channels. So many channels. I like that when I moved from down here, moved from Chicago down to ATL. See, in Chicago, we got liquor stores. LQ. So it ain't nothing. Don't nothing register in your mind when you say, man, let's go to the LQ, man. Let's go get a box. Let's go to the liquor store. But down here, man, you know what they call that shit? Spirits. Yeah. It make you think. If you a thinking person, like it made me think, like, whoa, I'm gonna put these spirits in me, B. That's why I blow. You know what I mean? Too much drink no more, man. I'm trying to beware all the distractions. That's one of the number one things for us. That's the number one thing for us, man. You know, the distraction, television, TV, the club. Ain't nothing wrong with none of it, but we got to do it all in moderation. You know what I'm saying? If we can set aside 4 hours on a Sunday and 2 hours on a Monday for football, NBA, they got 5 games a week. If you could set aside 10 hours a week for NBA, do you know that if you set aside 40 minutes a day, you could read a book this thick in a month? You know that? 30 minutes a day, you could go through this in a month. And reading, it enlightens you, man. It like it turns you on. It puts you on a level where you kind of understand and know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? It gives you perspective. It helps you put things in the proper perspective. So I'm gonna introduce y'all to 2 books because we behind. So we gotta burn this shit from two fucking from both ends of the candle. We have to catch up and acquire and gain the knowledge of self. You know what I'm saying? Because when you gain the knowledge of self, man, that pride, that pride get, man, boy, it's deep. When you know who you is, you gotta kind of poke your chest out, man. You gotta kind of, and then it put pressure on you to walk a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Live your life a certain way. I live my life by my yacht. You know what I mean? So, you know, you gotta know who you is. You know what I mean? And you gotta know what's going on. You gotta know what's going on. We can't get caught up in I don't even know the names of those shows, man, but TV. Don't get me wrong, man. I ain't got no problem. I like going to the drive-in. Man, why we go step in the drive-in, watch a movie? You know what I'm saying? Kick back, kick it. But shit, I put this shit in proper perspective. I bet you I spend way more time putting shit into my head and plug into the matrix. I gotta promote that with us, man. Cause we really some real crucial thinking brothers. But we thinking based off the information they gave us. So we doing our math based off their numbers. And they flipping the numbers around. They turned that 5 into a 2. You know what I mean? They doing all type of shit. Turning 9s into 6s. So we'll never get it right if we using their numbers to try to do the math. You know what I'm saying? And we the fathers of sacred mathematics, man. That's what it took to build them pyramids, man. So that's one thing I gotta give y'all, man. And I guarantee you, all these books probably got audio books. I need the books. I need to go back and, you know what I'm saying? I need to have them when I'm talking to them. I got pages folded when I be breaking down aspartame and pyrade and neurotoxin. I got it because people don't want to just hit me because they, man, DB, whatever, man, whatever. I'm like, no, fam, not bullshit, bro. Look, they store. I got the page. Matter of fact, look at this. What I was just telling y'all about. George Orwell. See that shit folded? Got a couple of pages folded that I go to frequently. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I'm gonna give y'all some books. Hold on for 1 second. And I gotta tell y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all a problem that I first had when I went on this knowledge journey. Cause I don't want y'all to have this problem. I'm gonna help y'all get over the hump that I had to get over from the jump. When I got on my knowledge shit, man, I was so pro-black, man, I ain't even want to read nobody the head pale skin. Because I was in my box. I was black. So I was against white because they tell blacks who to be against. So if you're in a black box, your enemies and your friends are already pre-made for you. So once I jumped out the black box and just like opened up, I'm brown. Why they calling me black? Why they doing that? Then I'm start thinking, like, then we've been called a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Through the years. So once I jumped out that box, it allowed me to take in more information and not be biased. You know what I'm saying? It made me start looking at the information more than I looked at the motherfucker giving me the information. If it's righteous, if it's my yacht, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? If you help me, if you giving me some knowledge so I can gain proper perspective, I'm with it. I don't care who you is. So like I said, man, I'm gonna present 2 books to y'all. This the first one. The first Americans were Africans. Revisit. I'm gonna give y'all the new one. This is by Dr. David Inhotep, PhD. Y'all gotta get this because this gonna debunk a lot of shit that you was told in your life about how we was brought over here from Africa and the slave shit. Hell no, man. The first slave was taken from America. Straight up. And we've been coming over here. It's evidence and proof. This ain't rhetoric, man. Slow up. Let me show you how it ain't rhetoric. I'm finna flip through the bio. Now this is all the shit. These are all his references. I had it right here, y'all. Something good. These are pages of references where he getting books he got information out of. I mean, it's a great way to get a book list too. It's a great way to get learn how to further your shit. But everybody got to get this. The first Americans was Africans. Proof, evidence. So you can start breaking down the propaganda, the hoax. You know what I'm saying? Look, we was everywhere first. We was everywhere first, man. Straight up. We was everywhere first. So learn who you is. Learn who you is. That's one book. I'm going to give y'all some. I don't know how much I'm going to flood y'all. But since we got that shit where y'all can get this shit read to y'all, some of y'all be truck driving. Y'all can turn on that book, Uber, and turn on that shit. And here goes something, man. Look. I probably had this book for about 15 years, man. Global Conspiracy. This shit will open your ass up. Straight the fuck up. This will open your ass up. By David Icke. And he got a lot of videos on YouTube. Just pop in some David Icke shit. So you can see who you know what I'm saying? That's why I like YouTube, because you can see who you dealing with. Ain't no mystery, motherfucker. You don't know who fucking with your head. But man, straight up, these two books, B. Burn this knowledge shit with both ends, B. And yes, I've read them several times. Man, you should look at this, man. You know, I still go to this. In conversations and debates, man, I go get books. Because I actually get quick. What's your reference, man? Where you get that from? Because if you got it from somewhere, I can go get it. And listen, I tell people all the time, we be, this is a place of debate in here. We share knowledge. We share knowledge in this barbershop, man. You know what I'm saying? We don't deal in rhetoric. Don't talk out the side of your head. Leave your feelings in your whip. I don't care how you feel. Them your feelings. I don't care what you believe. Them your beliefs. Tell me what you know. Tell me what you know. Show your work. Show me how you got your knowledge. Where you get it from. Show your work. So, man, let's catch up. Let's turn the TV off. Let's turn the TV off. Let's turn off anybody that ain't giving us no proper perspective. Turn off everybody that ain't helping us mentally. Because we got everything else down pat, man. And once we get our mind together, everything just flows. It's just, man, just flows. It's the law of least effort. Get up and be you. And you do great things just by being you once you get in tune. So, man, we gonna burn it, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, if y'all, man, comment too, man. If y'all go get the book, man, come back on this one with the books. Comment about the books, man. If y'all getting something from it, let me know. If you ain't, if you say, DB, man, you take your ass somewhere and go to sleep, man, you wasting your time, tell me that too, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, man, my only job that I'm trying to do is what I do every day. Every day in the shop. You know what I'm saying? And it'd be sad to me because I know that if we decalcify that pineal gland and start using this third eye, man, we is spectacular. We is awesome. We is awesome. You know what I'm saying? And all we got to do is be us to be awesome. But we got to know who we is. We got to know who we are. And we got to overstand the games and how they play it. Listen to this. We got to know the players in this game like we know the players in football, in basketball. You know, guys that can spit a whole roster. The whole team roster tell you everybody on the team, where they went to college, where they went to high school, what they average, everything. We got to know the game, this game like that. See, they got us knowing a for real game like that when they playing the game on us. We got to know all the characters, man. We got to know. We got to be walking around here with so much knowledge in our head, be that our chest is poked up so high that energy that we would put out. It's like a force field, man. Our force field is down, man. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta know shit. Whenever we see and hear shit, we gotta use our filter. We gotta overstand the games being used against us, and we can't get caught up in the distractions, man. This shit's serious, man. This shit's serious. We can't get caught up in distractions. Our kids need to see us serious about this shit. Because if they see us serious about this shit, they'll get serious about this shit. If they see your ass serious about football and NBA and all that shit, that's what they gonna be serious about. If your kids ain't never seen you read something, ain't never seen you amazed by something you've learned, what's gonna make them open up something to get amazed? Nothing. Man, listen to this. Even if you don't read, for your kids' sake, man, go fake it. Straight up. Go fake it. And then take them to a bookstore. You know what I'm saying? Take them to Nubian bookstore. Let them pick out their own book, man. Get their mind going. Get yours going. Straight up, man. It's about time for me to open up shop. I know y'all probably tired of hearing me rumble, man. Hey, stay sucker free. Turn off the TV. Y'all got missions. Y'all got missions. Straight up. Let's get some knowledge in this camp, man. Let's get some knowledge in this camp. Catch y'all later.